The 34th Annual Chicago Latino Film Festival kicks off this week, and the event showcases the work of well-known names and filmmakers who are trying to make a name for themselves all around the world. And here to tell us more is Alejandro Riera. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, Felicia. How are you?
I am so happy that you're here because this is a big part of Chicago's culture in terms of what we're offering, and we know everyone also has to start somewhere.
And it sort of kicks off the entire arts and culture season for the rest of the year. I mean,
Yeah,
you think about it, it's the first big festival out of the gate before the summer gets here.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. So how many films are on the calendar this year?
We have 47 shorts and about 63 feature-length films from all over Latin America, Spain, Portugal, and the United States. And we're all playing them at the AMC River East, plus a couple of satellite venues across the community.
Okay, well, let's actually jump in here at some of the ones that you have your favorite picks, your top picks. The first one being Voices Beyond the Wall.
Voices Beyond the Wall is a very touching documentary produced by James Franco. We all know James Franco. And it's the story of Spencer Reese, a poet and Episcopalian priest who gets this Fulbright grant to go to Honduras at the time, to San Pedro Sula, the capital of Honduras, which was at the time the most violent city in Latin America, to teach poetry to the only all-girls orphanage in that country. And it's a little bit about talks a little bit about the resistance that these girls have to the idea of writing poetry, because that's not something that they don't do on a regular basis. But also it's about the transformative power of art, about how they find their voices through art and through poetry.
Yeah, nice. Okay, next one is Nuyorican Basket.
Nuyorican Basket is a personal favorite and sort of a nostalgic one for me. It's the story of the Puerto Rican national basketball team who in 1979, during the Pan American Games, literally blasted every single team out of the water. And it talks about how how in a way Puerto Rican basketball was transformed by all these players that came from the streets of New York who were recruited by the Puerto Rican national team. And it has some names that for basketball fans, will be familiar. I mean, this was the year in which Bobby Knight brought his U.S. national team to the Olympics and to the Pan American Games. This was the games that saw the coming out of Isaiah Thomas as a basketball star. So for basketball fans out there, Nuyorican Basket is a must-see.
Nice. It's just celebrating the culture of the Latin culture, and it really is the blend between arts.
Yeah, and what's really interesting about Nuyorican Basket is that it's really about the Puerto Rican diaspora and about the Puerto Rican community in New York City. And there's a significant segment in the film that shows how the Puerto Rican community and the African American community in New York came together in the basketball courts, and how those New York-born Puerto Ricans adopted some of that street savviness that they got out of African Americans playing basketball, and how they brought it to Puerto Rico. So it's a beautiful documentary about it's a beautiful documentary about an encounter of cultures.
Okay, we got time for one more. Tigers Are Not Afraid.
Tigers Are Not Afraid. This was considered by Guillermo del Toro one of his 10 favorite films of the year. He was so amazed by this film. He's actually producing the director's next film, Michel Lopez. It's the story of this little girl whose mother is killed by the narco wars, and he sort of makes a wish that she come back, and she actually comes back from the dead, and how supernatural forces sort of defend this small group of orphans kids who have been orphaned by the drug wars against these savages, if you will, these drug cartels.
Yeah. It's serious, but we love the drama. That's why we go to see
and it's
the
a nice
films.
little comment, and it's using the supernatural to explore the impact the drug wars have had on Mexican life.
There you go. All right, Alejandro, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Here's a full schedule of movies and times that you can visit ChicagoLatinoFilmFestival.org.